Hey guys, welcome to Upper Room Army's YouTube channel. My name is Precious Etaichipianyo and I'm going to be your host as we interact and talk about everything campus. And on this episode, we're going to be having a wonderful, loving woman that I respect so much. I love her so much. She's a creative, she's an advocate for personal development and a social impact leader. Join me as we welcome Miss Oluchi Okwuiedegbe. Thank you so much, ma, for coming.
Thank you for having me. I am so happy to be here. Hi, guys.
We are so happy to have you, ma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, so today we're going to be talking about academic excellence. You know how academic excellence plays a major role when we talk about students on campus. So academic excellence is like a student being able to perform, achieve, and excel in scholastic activities. So what's your take on academic excellence?
Wow. Okay. So academic excellence, every student wants to excel when they get into the university. Yeah. I believe that every student, their purpose for going into the university is to achieve not just a certificate, but to go through a curriculum that will help them to become who they have a vision of themselves becoming, right? So academic excellence is very important. So every student wants to excel academically. No one wants to go into the university and spend years wasting their time. So it is a very, very important aspect of a student's vision when they go on campus.
You know, you made mention of something like the expectation of students when they come to campus. And, checking the factors that really affect academic excellence. So I want to ask, what should be the expectation of students when they come to campus?
Yeah, a vision is very important.
Yeah.
To be able to become something, you have to have a vision for it.
Yeah.
Everyone is expected to live life with a vision. You're expected to walk through this earth with a vision, with a picture in your mind, right? So every student has a vision when they go into school.
Yes.
You don't find the students taking JAMB and taking pursuit TME without having something that they want to become. So you see students, they tell you they want to be a doctor, they want to be a nurse, they want to be a lawyer, they want to be an engineer. They have this big picture, right? So you have to have a vision. You have to have a goal, a set goal. Why am I going to this university for this period of time? Right? What is my aim? Is it that I'm going there to make friends? Is it that I'm going there to make money? No, the university is majorly to teach you into becoming somebody that you have a vision to become. So yes, a vision is important. Every student going on campus must have a vision for their life. A vision. They must have a picture of who and what they want to become.
So now, if I can get it correctly, so if you don't have a vision, you just go to campus and of course it's going to affect you, like your academic performance.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what they don't get it.
Of course you have to have a vision. You cannot walk the surface of the earth without a vision for your life.
Yeah.
If you are walking the surface of the earth without a vision for your life, you're just being like you're floating. You're just like an airbag floating on the surface of the earth, right? You are occupying space. You're wasting away. So you have to walk the earth with a vision. Every single one of us, adults, students, whoever you are, you must have a vision at a particular time. You have a long-term goal. You have short-term goals, right? So you must have a vision. A vision is very important.
And I want to also add to that, for like aspirants, like for young students that are coming to campus, I want to advise you and beg you, don't just because you want to come to campus, you want to leave your father's house. So you don't have a plan, you just want to leave. You are not comfortable anymore. You just want to leave your society, your community. I want to go to school. You don't even know what you want to do there. So as a student, you have to have a vision, like a clear vision of what you want to do on campus. We all have, in fact, I have my share on that. I really, it got to a point in my life that after writing JAM 3, JAM now, JAM student, JAM will jam you. So after writing JAM 3 times, I just woke up one morning and told my mom that, Mommy, I want to go to school. I didn't know you are going to do it because I was literally tired of staying at home. So, but thank God for God and thank God for my parents. They just, don't worry, just be patient. And thank God I was patient. So when I came to campus, I knew what I wanted to do. And so as a student, please, we are encouraging you, please have a vision.
And yeah, let me just add to that. Some people just want to go into school just to get away from home.
Thank you.
I've been at home. wants to finish me with work. Daddy wants to finish me with errands.
Thank you.
So please don't just go because your mates are going. You have to have a picture for why you are going to school. It's very necessary.
Okay, still on expectation of students. Okay, let's say for example, a student come into campus with the aim and expectation that the school is going to give him medicine or her medicine. So you both jam, you made it, wow, and you're expecting medicine after writing post-UTME. Then, to your surprise as a student, you know that in your hands, so they give you another course. So, you know, as a student, of course, it's going to affect the academic performance of that student. So, what's your advice?
You see, life happens. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
I love that.
Life happens, right? So, I remember. Let me just share a little bit of my journey. So I remember after secondary school, I wanted to be a pharmacist. I dreamt of it. I had the vision. I had the picture. Like, I literally saw myself being a pharmacist, right? But then I took my JAM. I made it. Of course, I did well. I took a post-UTME from Uniben, and I was not given the course. So my second year, I said to myself, since I was not given pharmacy, I will go for med lab. And I did well in my JAM. Post-UTME came, and I was not given post-UTME. In fact, that is my first definition of heartbreak. I cried so much. My mates were getting into university. I was crying. God, why me? Why me? Why me? But then my father came, and he told me, look, you have to. It's not about the location, right? It's about who you become at the end of the day. You want to go to school. You want to be learned. Why don't you just pick a form from those who are affiliated? And I was telling myself, I've been in Agbo all my life. You see, that's the problem. Sometimes we let these things influence our choices because we are young. We do not ask questions. So I was like, I've been in Agbo all my life. How can I stay in Agbo and do my university? What's that? So after he was my father, of course. He was the one that was going to pay my school fees. I had no say. So I picked up the form, and what was I going to study? Just education. They were just doing education. I said to myself, they were like, my mom particularly said, you can do physics because you did well in your YN physics. I said, no, all those formulas is not me.
It's not me at all.
So I said to myself, okay, fine. I love biology. I enjoy it to an extent. Let me just go on to do biology. And it was never what I wanted to be, right? But then I took the course and I went on to do biology education, and it turns out that I actually enjoyed it at the end of the day. I actually enjoyed it at the end of the day. Now, if you had a desire to study medicine and you were given something like soil science, the first thing you should ask yourself is this who I truly want to become? Right? So you do your research, ask questions. You see, you are too pressured. You are under pressure. That's why you just rush off. And then you get into school and find out that soil science is hard. Some of them actually get into school and find out that they can cope with it. But then I'm talking to those students who, just go into school and they find out that I'm just going to school because my mates are going to school. But then you are not enjoying the course. For those of us that are listening and are yet to get into school, find out, is this something I can do? What does it entail? What does mean
when I come out?
Yes, what are the opportunities? Look at the curriculum, ask questions, learn to, carry out a visibility study of the course that you're trying to get into the university for, right? And then, if you're already on that path where you were not given the intended course that you wanted, I advise you you can learn to love that course.
Yes.
We have the ability. If you are determined, there is nothing that you will not be good at. But since you have made a decision to go ahead with that course, irrespective of if it tallies with your vision or if it contradicts, then you have the onion is on you to decide to love that course in order to pass. Because if you stay frustrated and depressed and angry and you're just projecting all of your frustrations, you won't do well. So if you decide to go on with that course, my dear, make a decision to love that course. Think creatively. See the big picture. Right? After I'm done with this, I can actually go on to study what I really want. But then if I really want to go ahead with this thing, then I have to be determined. I have to propose in my heart that I'm going to go on irrespective. Yes, the fatigue will come. Of course, fatigue comes with anything learning, right? Yes, it will come, but you have to keep picking yourself up and tell yourself, hey, I decided to do this. I have to go on. I have to finish it to the end, because you have the ability to scale through anything if you put your mind to it.
Wow, that was so wonderful. Because some students, they don't really know these things.
Yeah.
So instead of them to just drop the course, they want to forge ahead, and without properly checking out what it entails.
Yeah.
They don't do a background check.
They don't.
So they just forge ahead. Let's just do it. I want to graduate. I don't want to go home under pressure. So it's really something that we really need to talk about. So if you know that as a student we're given on that course and you can't cope with it, my dear, drop the course.
Drop it before you enter.
Yes, before you enter.
Before you enter.
Not when you have entered, when you're in 300 level, you say you want to drop it. You have wasted your parents' sweat on you. So please, drop the course. Nobody's pressuring you. That's your life. It's your life. You have it in your palm to do as you please. All right? So don't let anyone pressure you. You know where you are going. You have eyes. You can see. So don't let anyone talk you becoming who you are not. As a student, what are the right habits to learning? Like, as a student, right habits.
All right. Listen, as a student going into the university or already in the university, you have to learn to stay.
I love that.
You have to learn staying power. We are in a generation that is plagued with short attention span, right? We just want to, the first 5 minutes, we don't know how to just keep our eyes locked onto something. We are here, we are there, we are everywhere. So if you're a student, you have to learn staying power. Because anything, I said earlier that when it comes to learning, right, fatigue will always set in. Fatigue will always happen. You cannot wash it away, you cannot wish it away. So there is one important habit that you have to learn, and that is staying power. Yes, you can go on talking about time management, integrity, honesty, and all of those good stuff. Beautiful, but then we have to learn how to stay. The ability to step out from our comfort zone and say, this is the path I want to pursue. This is the path that I choose to pursue. Then I have to stay. I have to be focused on it. Right? So you are not here, you are not there, you are not there. You get into school, you said you want to be a medical doctor. Fine. Learn to stay through to the end. Because if you don't cultivate the habit of staying, the ability to just stay, the ability to just stay attached to a particular course, stay attached to a particular path, you'll be here and there. You get worried all the time. So the first skill that you have to learn is staying power. You have to learn to stay with something. I don't know how to just put it in a better way that you would understand. These days, when you come to YouTube, when you come to, in fact, social media in general, you see that videos have been cut to 1 minute, 30 seconds. Because immediately the video starts getting longer. People are ready to there's that temptation to just, I beg, you post a write-up. People just read the first 2 lines and they're already tired. They'll just they just want pictures. They just want short videos. So we are plagued with that habit to just want to rush. We're always in the hobby, looking for the next best thing, looking for the next good thing. So as a student, you have to learn to stay. The curriculum will get boring at some point, whether you love the course or not. One thing that will keep you there is focus, and focus will happen by your ability to stay with that particular thing. So yes, you have to learn to stay. Stop jumping up and down. Stop looking for what's not looking for you. It's something in this generation that we have to really talk about. The ability to stick to a particular thing. You start a book, finish it. You start an assignment, finish it. Staying power. It's very important. It's very important. Then another skill that you need to learn is time management. You have to learn to manage your time. You have to learn to manage your time, because when you get into school, you are tossed about. The curriculum is very hectic, very tedious. You get so busy trying to balance curriculum, schoolwork, family, personal life, and some of them add problem to themselves. You now add partying. You will not add extracurricular activities that you are not supposed to venture into. So you have to, if you keep adding so much to yourself, you have just a short time to attend to everything. So you have to learn to prioritize your schedule. Prioritize the things that are important. What is most important? What should I be dedicating more time to? What should I focus my attention on?
Oh, yeah.
Why did I come into this school in the first place? Because when you have a vision that is directing your life, you would determine in your heart to stay. In the sense that when the distractions are coming from left, center, right, you know that my eyes is locked onto a particular vision.
Yes.
So when you have a vision, then you will know that everything that I am here to do is to see to the manifestation of that vision. And one of the skills that will help you achieve your vision as a student is that you have to learn to manage your time. What do you give more time to? When you pick up your phone, what are you doing on your phone? When you want to do assignments, do you venture into Instagram, and Instagram will keep you locked? Do you venture into Instagram?
TikTok.
This generation.
And TikTok.
Checking everything on TikTok. Like, come on. So the things that you prioritize are the things that you will give more time to. So yeah, it's very important that you learn to manage your time.
And once you know as a student that you will not be able to balance so many activities, know your strengths as a student, like know your strength, know how you can take things, absorb things. Like when I was on campus, my first year I did little business, but while I was going I stopped. Why? Because I think I was pressured and I could not take it with my academics and business. But there are some persons they can do that. In fact, they're in politics, they are in cultural groups, religion groups, they are everywhere. They can do that because they know their strength. So as a person, let's forget about you being a student, but as a person, do you know your strengths? Like, do you know the amount you can take in as a person, first of all? Very important. Before you now, when you come into campus, you know, you'll be able to, this, I can do this with this, I can do that with that. So you know your schedules and you know what to do first. And remember, your priority as a student is to achieve academic excellence. That's your goal. That's why your parents are sent you to school. So every other thing is beneath. So if you don't have time for your studies, you don't have time for lectures. I did that a lot when I was on campus. Sometimes I don't go for lectures. Let me just
I think that every student at one point
done that, right?
Just missed class.
So please,
I perish mode.
Don't do it. Don't do it, all right? Don't do that, all right? So you need to know your strength, like the amount you can take in as a student, as a person, so that you will not be too tied up with too many things, and then you end up losing all. You end up not making it academically and not being successful in that business or in that politics. So know what, if it's politics and education, fine. If it's business and education,
you have to know what you can balance.
What you can balance.
What works for you. Please, I beg you to focus at one thing at a particular time, right? Just have focus.
And something I want to also talk about is, as a student, how you can help your learning habits, your studying habits, is finding a partner. Find a reading partner. I knew that time when you were on campus, I knew your reading partner. She do come around that time, and you guys would read together. I had my first year, my second year, my third year, but it was not really, so I didn't have. But I can still reach out to her, and I can get materials. So also, if you want to excel in learning, in academic performance, choose a right partner on campus. I'm not talking about relationship, bro. Don't get me wrong. So I'm talking about friendship, reading partners, studying partners. When you're not around, you have someone to look out for you, check up on you. Oh, we did this, we did that. I can put you through. Those things going to help you. So you need partners, reading partners, friends, good ones. All right. And also, there's something we did. Oh God, I'm messing on us. There's something we did on campus. We were not the most, intelligent, but we have the intelligent ones. And even if you cannot make them as friends because of your academic performance, just use body gum them small. You get.
I'm trying to talk about friends with benefits.
But it's not really bad. All right. So you can actually, from time to time, reach out to them. They, especially those that are willing to take you through the course. Reach out to them. I have a friend. She was my friend. So I had a friend that I could reach out to. She literally can summarize everything the lecturer taught in class. So she would summarize everything, and when you reach out to her, please, favor, I need this, I need that. So do you have this material? you can easily access her. You can easily, although she was not available to everybody, but I knew some students in our department that they were not friends with her. But when it comes to exam time, you see them, they will come around her. Please, let me just glance through your materials, and she will not hesitate. So sometimes you can do that.
Yeah.
You can. There are a lot of intelligent students in your department that you can reach out to, even though they are not your reading mates. But they have the materials. You know that these ones, they have it. Reach out to them.
Yeah.
These habits can help you. They can help you.
And let me tell you, you will be telling yourself a lie when you say, I can do it all by myself. Odogu.
You can't.
No, you cannot. No, you have to find someone that you can partner with. I had a reading partner in school. We had times where we met, where we read, where we did assignments together before exams, during exams. I would literally go to her house, or she would come to mine. We are running sheets because it was important. It was important. It just strengthens your knowledge on a particular thing. The more you interact with someone about a concept, the more you know it better.
Yes.
So what we were doing back then was we would read about a particular concept, a topic in that course, and then we would discuss it. We would ask ourselves questions. Okay, what is this? And I would answer. She would ask me, what is this? I would answer. I would ask her. She would answer. Then we'll tell you, you did this, you did not do this. It can be a team of one. It can be a team of two. It can be a team of 5, 10 persons, as much as you're comfortable with, right? Accountability is key. It's key. You cannot go in isolation. Because your weakness is actually someone else's strength. Your strength is someone else's weakness. The Bible tells us that iron sharpens iron, right? Iron sharpens iron. 2 heads are better than one. When 2 people lie together, it is better than when one person lies together. So find someone to trust. Find someone to give permission to get into your face concerning your struggle. Accountability is very important.
Thank you so much. Like, I just felt like we don't talk about these things like often. We have seen a lot of students miss it on campus. I think that's one of the reasons why there's a need for this podcast. Because there are a lot of students that they don't even know their left from right.
Yes.
They don't.
This generation lacks mentorship.
They don't.
Discipleship.
So that's why we have come up with something like this, so that we can create awareness to tackle these issues that are really plaguing some students. You understand?
See, these students, they are very young.
Very.
You see students 16, 17, 18, 19 going into campus. You are treading on a path you literally have never walked on your entire life.
And parents has a role to play. We're going to talk about that maybe some other time. But that one, we're going to really discuss about, like, extensively discuss about it. Parents have a big role to play.
So aspiring students, find someone you can ask vital questions. Don't just think school is all about fun. I can figure it out on my own. In life, when you want to tread a particular path in life, you have to find someone that has worked on that path. Stop trying to form Lone Ranger. Stop trying to form Lone Wolf. Find someone. You have siblings. You have people around you that have graduated. Ask them questions. How was it like? Seek counsel. Seek advice. Stop thinking that you can figure it out on your own, because you cannot. Mentorship will save you from a lot of things. And that is why podcasts like this are very important, because they will sit you down from experience. They will tell you the things that you're supposed to know and the things that you're not supposed to do, right? So you have to be humble enough to submit to mentorship. Ask questions. Do your research. Don't just think that you can figure it out on your own, because that's how we get into self-sabotage. Thinking that we can figure it out on our own. So no, please seek mentorship.
And also, sometimes what can really help you in that angle is reaching out to those who were before you. Alumni. We have alumni. We have people that's gone ahead in that particular area of study. If it's medicine, we have students that have graduated. And sometimes they still hang around campus. So they can tell you your experience, and you can, learn from them. And then also we can also relate as a student with lecturers. There are some lecturers, they are not all bad. There are some lecturers, they will help you, navigate your way through campus. Especially when it comes to mentorship, accountability. There are some lecturers that I also had. They also helped me financially. That when I was on campus, I could reach out to them. So you can have such lecturers. These are also medium of you being accountable to someone older than you that's been in the system. Someone like around your circle
Yes.
while you're on campus, and someone that has a student that has graduated, like someone that's got an alumni,
Yeah.
right? So you can reach out to them.
Yes, and just to add to that,
Yes.
yeah, when seeking out a mentor, it has to be someone that has actually worked that part.
That part, yeah.
Your fellow Jambites cannot be your mentor.
I'm telling you,
Your fellow aspirants cannot
never
be a mentor.
can
Your
only partner with
fellow,
them.
what do you call it now? You guys just came to the university.
You don't
the
know
person
your
does
left
not
from
know their
right.
left from their right, and you're calling that person to tell you things about campus, and that person begins to tell you things about campus based on hearsay. No, you have to find someone that has actually, someone that is in the system, that has gone ahead of you, or someone that, you know, has been there or has left the system, but just has ideas to, you know, tell you things that you should know about that particular thing. So please, when seeking out a mentor, look for someone that is well ahead of you in that field.
Oh my God, we've had a lot of talk today. So before we go, so I would like you to share one, like some of your personal journey, like 1, 2, just encourage students out there, you know, how you were able to gain academic excellence.
Okay. If I could tell my undergraduate self,
Yes.
based off of what I know now, if I could talk to my undergraduate self, I would tell myself to believe more in myself. Because before I got into the university, when I was in primary school, I was an A student. I was acing my courses. Like,
Wow.
I was always between first, second. I think it was one time or twice I took third position, but I was an A student. I was amazing. I believed that I was intelligent.
Yes.
I was smart. I was good. But then I got into secondary school. And because it's secondary school,
Yeah.
you find people that are higher than you. First of all, one thing as a student is that you have to learn self-worth and
Yes.
self-value. You have to believe in yourself, because wherever you go, you will always find students that are better than you are
I like that.
in that particular field. So when I got into school, and finding students that were better than me in a particular field, in a particular space, I became so reserved. I felt like these guys, they are doing more than me. I can't match them. I can't meet their expectations. And when you get into non-university, I'm still in secondary school,
yeah.
you see that they tend to hype more students than the others.
Yes.
These ones are the intelligence sets.
Intimidating.
So intimidating them. So when they come to class, Chimamanda, answer this question. Shego cannot answer it. Chimamanda. So there's this, the teachers unknowingly segregate.
Yes,
and once you start segregating students, you are really
self-esteem
comes in on those persons that do not feel important.
Yes.
Because I remember I write good. I was at least I did try.
Good.
I did try.
Yes.
But then you were not given platforms and opportunities to express yourself, because they were always shining the light bulb on a few students. Oh, this one is a mathematician. Oh, this one is, you know, an English student. Other persons that were not as smart as them, yes, they will always be ranking, of course. But then they were not given platforms to express. So when I got into secondary school, I became intimidated.
Yeah.
I became like, okay, since there are people better than me, then there is no need. Let me just stay in my shell and be pushing small and gradually, right?
Yeah.
And so it affected me. It affected my self-worth, my self-esteem. I saw myself as, okay, these people are better than you. These ones are better than you. I remember one experience, guys. I was so confident. The teacher asked me a question, and I was so confident. It was a social studies class. I was so confident that I knew this answer, right? And so when he was saying, I raised up my hand. And because that was the first time I ever raised up my hand in that class, he picked me. Guys, immediately I stood up, I completely forgot the answer. I don't know how it happened. I was shocked. I stood up, I was dazed. Like, it felt like, what's happening? I knew, and I'd already constructed this answer in my head. And due to the shame, the ridicule, I just sat down. And the next thing I felt was a whip of cane going through my back. The teacher was like, how dare you? You are making a fool of me. No. I couldn't explain. I was not given the opportunity to explain myself. Yes, yes. And that one experience really, it just shut me down for a very long time. So when I got into university, I saw people that were still acing it, people that I thought were better than me. Of course, yes, people were more intelligent than me. But then I was just trying to, okay, let me just push. Let me just be doing my thing. Right? Let me just be doing my thing. But if I could go back in time, one thing I would tell myself is to believe in myself.
Yes.
To not doubt me. I am special. I am unique. My learning process is special.
Yes.
Right? I would focus more on my strengths instead of being intimidated by other people's strengths. Right? So while I was in school, I knew that I had to pass my exams. My parents had expectations for me. I had expectations. I am so scared. I don't know if I would say I am so scared. I was so scared of failure, and yes, I am still a bit scared of failure. And I'm still trying to, accept that failure is part of life. You fall, you get up, you fall, you get up, right? But then I was so scared of failure. I was so scared. So that fear kept me on my toes. Oh, I cannot afford to write a carryover. I cannot afford to repeat another year. I don't have that strength. When my mates are going forward, I cannot afford. So it kept me on my toes, right? It kept me on my toes. I knew that even if I was not as smart as those people that I considered to be of the upper echelon, I was smart enough to just pass my exams and do well. So you have to believe in yourself. Everything starts here. Every success starts from your mind. Every success starts from your mind. If you have not figured it out here, then you cannot work it out externally. You have to see yourself as a winner. It doesn't matter if other persons are better than you. Celebrate your strengths.
Yes.
Celebrate your strengths. Celebrate your abilities. Right? You don't have to have it 10/10 figured out. Your 6/10 is enough. Cultivate on working on your strengths. Right? Focus on your strengths. Build confidence in where you are strengthened, and where you can ask for help here and there. It is not for you to hate those persons that you consider better than you. It is for you to humble yourself and learn from them. Teach me this thing. What do you, like you were saying something about intelligent students, going close to them, making fun. It won't take anything from you. You believe in yourself, but you still know that you have to seek advice from other persons. It's very important. Believing in yourself is key. You have to have a mindset that I can do all things. I have the ability to do it. If I put my mind to it,
I will do it.
I might not be as equal as they are, but I know that I can do this thing. I know that I can do this thing. So yes, please believe in yourself. Self-confidence is very important. It is very important. And like I said in passing, another thing that you need to do is to learn how to manage your time.
Yes, it's everything.
So you have to believe in yourself, and you have to learn how to manage your time. Prioritize. What is your priority? It is very, very important.
Thank you so much, ma. I'm blessed.
Thank you so much.
I'm blessed. Thank you so much for coming, honoring our invitation. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, guys, we come to the end of today's podcast. Remember, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And also, stay tuned, stay glued, all right? Episode 2 will be dropping soon. All right?
Bye-bye.